Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Patrick to the stage.
Wow. I am overwhelmingly honored to receive this award tonight. And honestly, more overwhelmed to be in a room with this many people that I care so much about. Starting with my parents, I want to thank them for instilling the value of service. My dad is a retired lieutenant colonel from the Army. And just as importantly, my mom retired this year after 30 years of teaching. And so I want to thank them for, again, instilling that value of service, but even more importantly, telling me to take risks in life, but as you do it, make sure you step out with your faith. And so I want to thank them, and I want to thank my two older sisters, Sanchia and Carmen, who are here tonight, and my brother-in-law, Rahim and Arun, for setting an example of what excellence looks like for me to observe and to aspire. My older sister, Carmen, literally just finished running the Boston Marathon. Crazy. And we've run the Thanksgiving half marathon in Atlanta every year, and the only thing I can think about at the end of that race is I'd have to do that one more time to run a marathon. Why would anyone ever do that? And so I'm in awe of you, and I'm so lucky to be part of your tribe. To my future sister-in-law and brother-in-law, Nick, who are here, your presence means so much to me. And 2017 is going to be one of the best years of my life. To think about standing here and receiving this award tonight, but then to think on August 5th, I get to stand next to my incredible fiancée, Brittany, and receive her hand in marriage. That's overwhelming. And so if you wonder why I'm always dancing and smiling, it's because I'm thinking about August 5th every single day. And so when Terry said I could give a few remarks, I want to just stay centered around the idea of family and valuing people, because I think the world needs that more now, probably more than ever. And honestly, it's why my transition into Chick-fil-A has been so easy. One of our colleagues, Ty Yoakum, describes being part of the Chick-fil-A family as not as being an ambassador of the brand, but being an ambassador of the blessing. Because it's truly a blessing to work for a company that actually puts people ahead of profit. And as I think about, I've heard about Chick-fil-A for so long. I actually wrote my business school application essay about Chick-fil-A back in 2007, so the Lord works in very mysterious ways, but to be there for the first few months and to see it and experience it firsthand is something else. And to have that idea firmly cemented over a recent conversation over breakfast that really has inspired me that I can actually reach my personal potential and personal goals by supporting a true corporate purpose. And that conversation will be imprinted on me for my entire career at Chick-fil-A. This is the difficult part. I love Terry so much, and I think about that idea of being the ambassador of the blessing, because I have been truly blessed. My mom told me to think about a naked person running when I get to this part. So, thank you, Mom. But if I had that frame of reference when I was chair of our board, I would have talked to our board the same way, that we're an ambassador of the Terry blessing. This college has blessed me in so many ways. There are so many people here tonight that I cannot thank all of them right now, but I want to recognize 4 people who have meant so much to me and poured into me in ways I cannot describe. That's Barbara Hampton, Cecil Cook, Jason Brady, and Rick Griffin. And when you take a risk, thank you. When you take a risk and you jump there and you try to start something and try to start a company from scratch, like we did at Thanks Jeffrey, it is one of the scariest and most challenging experiences of my personal and professional life. But to have those 4 people actively in my corner, encouraging me, supporting me, and guiding me, it was tremendous. And I want each of you to know that it's a blessing to have you in my life. And when I think about our campaign, it was a long journey, but it was so much fun because I got to work alongside someone like Asa Candler, who has done more for the Young Alumni Board than anyone I can think of. And the way I described him is just reserved relentlessness for this college. And I thank you, Asa, for your leadership and the entire ASA team. I have our team cufflinks on today in honor of the ASA team. I see Brandon right in front of me. And I want to thank them for their leadership, and I want to thank Dean Ayers for his leadership. During the campaign, he actually took a video on his iPhone and from his office and just texted it to us and said, hey, I'm here on campus working. I know you guys are working as well. You're going to make your goals, and I believe in you. And it was such a small little act that meant so much. And there aren't other business schools that have deans that do that. But he puts people first, and I thank you for your leadership. And so again, I want to thank anyone here who touched our campaign in any way, whether you made a pledge, you bought a paver, or bought a brick. I especially want to thank one of our unique donors, Kurt Hockmeyer, who's here, one of my best friends. Kurt actually, it was late in the campaign, and I was going through my iPhone, looking through the contacts to think of who have I not called and asked for money, which was pretty much no one at that point. But I saw Kurt, and I was like, I can call Kurt. And so I called him, and by this point, we're late in the campaign, so I had my campaign pitch down pat. I mean, I'm talking about this is a once-in-a-lifetime project, and students for generations to come are going to feel this, and Correll and Amos Hall are going to be the biggest buildings this side of the Mississippi, and students from miles will flock and learn from Terry. I mean, I was dialed in on him, and I said, I need you to buy a brick. And there's kind of this puzzled silence on the other end of the phone, and when he finally came back, he said, you realize I didn't go to Terry, right? I didn't even go to the University of Georgia. And I said, Kurt, I know you went to Bucknell, but you're not focusing on the right things. I'm talking about this brick and the students flocking. Focus on that, Kurt. And he bought a brick. And I'll never forget that. And so as I think about everyone in this room and all the phones that are in this room and all the contacts that are in those phones, I want you to think about maybe someone who just needs a little reminder of the blessing of Terry. And I'd ask you to reach out to them. And the easiest way to connect them is just to connect them with one of the alumni relations team members here. Have them talk to Natalie or Emma or Kate or Jen or Patty, because they will smile after that conversation, I promise you, and they'll thank you. So think of just one person that maybe is forgotten, because I can promise you I'll never forget what this college has done for me. And I promise you I will always be an ambassador of the Terry blessing. Thank you for this award. I'm overwhelmed and honored. Thank you.